Greetings and salutations, developer, and just Norris here, and it's been a while since our last Dev Diary. A lot has happened, and we've not been very good in terms of delivering patch notes of what we've been working on and fixed so far. So I want to catch up on that with you and also talk about what we're working on right now and what to expect in the next month or two in terms of major update beats from our side before we can fully tackle the roadmap that we have shared with you guys as well. Although the update beats are already part of the roadmap as well. So I've prepared here a nice overview for you to jump on in so you can follow up on text as well on screen as while listening to me going through each of the patch notes leading up to today. Let me bring my face over here as well. Hello! And let's go for it. So, April patched. We fixed an issue where items produced at crafting tables could disappear. That was happening when you were moving out items into the output after being crafted. They sometimes disappeared, leading from a little bit of an inventory glitch that we were having. And most of all has been ironed out. There's still some slight glitches happening here and there, depending on sometimes resolution on what you play on, and sometimes just Unreal Engine being funny and plugging off certain strings in our code that has been connected and are not connected between a save or an update. It's weird why it's happening. That we can't tell. Apparently it's a common thing to happen on Unreal Engine as I was browsing through solutions on that on the interwebs, but who knows, maybe you have even some experience there why this is happening. Then we increased the speed for manual animation, aka manual pickup, so you have a faster time clicking on picking up items if you don't use the work tab, or in response of the work tab being glitchy and not working 100% from our side, speeding up that process. Also, the inventory sorting should work now. When you clicked auto sort, you had sometimes gaps, fragmentation creating in there as the inventory was thinking that that space has been taken by an item, or there was an invisible item already taking that gap. Inventory glitch was happening. Then traders have been fixed, presenting their output over there. Quick little intel: traders at the moment reset their stock around every third day until we have the ecosystem reestablished again, and then the stock will only reestablish and be filled up again when a trading caravan comes into town and brings their goods and whatnot. Then some of you have reported in Discord that they have crashes happening during loading screen. We've looked into that, and it should hopefully be completely fixed now. We didn't saw any more reports on that occasion, so we're happy that we can check mark that off our list for now. Also, quick kudos to you guys with all the suggestions, feedbacks, and bug reports that you're sending in. And yes, we're reading each and every one of them, even though we're not able to respond to all of them. Because we're just taking notes on our side and put them together on a nice Trello page that we will most likely have public access to as well very soon, where you can have a look at it and interact with it and see also current bug reports over there that has been captured by us, so we don't have duplicates and it's easier for you to have an overview of what has been reported, what we're working on, what we have recorded as a bug, so it's easier in our communication with you guys and also easier for us to checkmark task lists off that Trello. Probably gonna use Trello, we'll see. I also fixed a few issues causing to game freezes, as in sometimes linked to the trader, sometimes links to interface actions in loading. We fixed the issue where your characters were falling through the map, although that might be still possible if you're playing on a late save. We try our best that the updates moving forward are always compatible to your previous save file. There are chances that some issues or some hard-coded stuff has changed this strongly that we recommend to start a new run. But moving down the list, we will highlight that in our patch notes. If not, we recommend start from fresh. We are still in development, so a lot of core items will be changed, a lot of core code will be changed. So there's a high chance that you will have to do a new start every now and then, get the full amount of patch notes and the updates that has been happened. And also the 20th April patch, the whole save load issue has been fixed. We have not seen any more reports of statistics of characters being resetted or altered or changed. Only, I think, saving of names is still on the list to do. That if you rename a character, that it remains renamed. And also, a much requested feature that space is a pause, if pause and unpause, and M for opening the map. In the same patch notes, we still have that we increased your starting capacity for the inventory now to 20 grids. Can't remember what the prior one was. I think it was 10 or 15. But overall, we made the starting inventory a little bit bigger. We expanded our key binding menu. You can now freely rebind your keys. We also fixed the issue where if you were saving inside a house and then reloading, you couldn't see the interior of the house and it was kind of like awkwardly glitching around, making you go out of the house and go back into the house to load the interior properly. And also overall, the issue should be fixed in terms of item disappearing from placed lights, workstations, and whatnot that sometimes have been reported to been vanquished and missing after a reload. We also increased the food for you guys in terms of nutrition value and the time it needs to be going bad. Of course, we're not finally. Of course, with time, we're going to expand on the food table, the ways of acquiring food, and we're also discussing right now if and how fast ideas of farming and husbandry, animal husbandry, should come into the build, or if it's too early in terms of the Tharion Kingdom. Moving to April 21st with a quick update hotfix coming out from our side with some of the feedback that happened from your sides after the first patch, where food values were a little bit incorrected, and also an issue with the health and hunger that has not been saved. So when you were restarting, you were either fully satiated or dying of hunger. That has been fixed as well. And now, if the character has food in their inventory, they will automatically eat when the hunger drops below a certain threshold. And we've removed temporarily the carry command, as this was causing some sort of distortion of the carried body remaining in the background until it kind of glitched below the map grid, and then you could not put the body off anymore. We're working on that and figuring out why that is happening. Until then, we just disabled it to not have you guys experience that bug until we fixed the issue of why that is happening. In terms of player carrying NPCs carrying player is still happening if you are defeated by bandits, or if the city guard is taking you into jail or something like that. So in the latest big patch in April 29th was focusing on performance. I hope, and we also saw in terms of the reports, that a lot of the people have mentioned an improved performance, that their FPS went up, that the massive lag spikes in certain territories that have been marked for being laggy have been fixed. And we're very happy that we found the memory leak that happened to that. So now that the longer you play and the longer it goes in terms of days progression, your lags should be fixed. If it's still happening to you, please do try a new save. And if that is still happening to you, then please report it again, and we're gonna have a look into it again. So we encourage you to try out an old save in this case that has been advanced in many days to see if the performance has been drastically increased for you. We also fixed the crafting table because the crafted items have been pushed out as common and below quality. Now they're again linked to your skill set in the crafting station and produce their equivalent level of material quality. And just an overall bunch of additional small fixes and improvements. What we're working on right now is the auto work, because that is glitched for some odd reason and is not executing as it should be, with the commands not working as it should be. And most likely we're gonna revamp the whole structure of it, make it probably similar to other colony sims that you know out there that have been a very nice proof of concept in terms of UI and execution, with priority lists, task lists, and whatnot. And also a revamp of our combat system, so that will get a lot of improvement in terms of stances, enemies not glitching into each other, and overall combat maneuvering. What we're working on after that in the next month or two will be the complete UI will be changed. It will be easier to understand, more intuitive, hopefully, and we'll have that for you in a month or two already. as well as new camera controls, because a few people have complained about edge scrolling, camera being too slow. Sometimes a rare glitch happens where the camera is super slow. A simple zoom in, zoom out fixes it, but of course it should not happen. That will be changed. You get a lot of new missions and quest lines. You unlock more area territories in the Kingdom of Tharion. As you notice, there's a huge mountain in the middle. There's a reason why there is a huge mountain in the middle, so stay tuned to that. Then we're gonna add more NPCs that you can control and recruit to your people. Then we are having a look at the items that we are currently having available, adjust their loot pool, adjust their stat pool, and also rebalance the ecosystem in terms of what is worth what and how hard it will be to acquire certain set items, acquire certain recipes, and whatnot, to make the progress a little more smoother and not so easy to, you know, hit high tier content or high tier material. As well as reworking how the crafting works, the timer it needs to do certain things, especially now that we have at this point then fixed our auto work system and you can let your characters do automated stuff for you. We want to make the whole camp feel a lot smoother in terms of time needed for creating and crafting items. And with the new territory, you're gonna get, of course, new enemies. Mercenaries will be a thing that you can just hire mercenaries, and mercenary groups roaming around being hired by other factions and entities. So there's a high chance that at this point we have already mercenaries coming at you and confronting you at your camp, and where you stayed down, as like the Tharion Kingdom, or maybe the bandits sending people over to you, be like, hey, you need to pay taxes, etc. This will be kind of like the first interactions of factions, depending on your reputation, sending stuff out to you. Reputation system is embedded already, but not unlocked to function as intended yet, because we still are experimenting with it. So it will be a very base of like Tharion sending people over to you, requesting tags. They'll leave you alone if you play them. They will attack you if you don't. Similar goes to the bandits. Depending on what faction is closer to you, it will be an alteration in there. On top of that, you will be able to rent houses in cities and in some villages where you can use the house as your base of operation. That is kind of like the first stage into extended base building, where you have your house with some decorations that you can interact with that will benefit your rest and the value of healing of your character if he sleeps in a proper bed, etc. And also later on moving into the modular housing that we want to do with further patches. But overall, that's it. I hope you are excited as much as we are. We're working hard on it. As we said, this is our love project. We thank you kindly for all your passion, for all your feedback, for sticking with us, for giving us a chance, and for, you know, sharing the love with us and being part of this journey. We very much appreciate you, and we're here for you, because I think that you and us together will make a wonderful, wonderful sandbox medieval experience, and we're here for the long run. This is not an abandoned project, as some of the reviews on Steam claim. But I understand if people are unhappy or seeking an final product when they were acquiring an early access title. But yeah, I'm going off topic here. I thank you kindly for tuning in for this Dev Diary, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Mwah.